What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to N55 David. Today, well, like I said, if you paid attention in the last video, at the very end, I told you the 335 had a PS2 turbo. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right, guys, so basically at the end of the last video, I told everybody car had a PS2 turbo on it. Yeah, car had a PS2, and had one for a little while. So most of the racing vids that you've seen all the way back to, I think it was a black Mustang GT 5-liter or whatever, those were all PS2 turbo, and progressively the car was getting faster in each one of those videos, pretty much, because for a while I was just running an OTS off the shelf E30 tune, and then I switched over to a E50 tune, and it was a work in progress, and I didn't even know at the time I had a low pressure fuel pump issue. Company that I bought my stage 2.5 setup from, well, it was the wrong pump the entire time. I had no idea. Pump was actually going bad on top of it. So car never ran to its potential. I was only running an E50 tune and never fully 85 because I couldn't figure out why I would never do it. So yeah, let's talk about it. All right, guys, so we're gonna head over to AutoZone or O'Reilly's, just something I need to get a new tire repair kit. So while we're doing that, we're going to talk about the car. So I got the PS2 in September of 2021, and when I first got the car, holy crap did it feel fast. And then I started racing with it, and holy crap, the car was slow. So there's a problem. If you guys have an N55 car, and I'm only talking about the electric wastegate cars, not talking about the PWG cars or the E-Series cars, because they're even worse. But the car, there was way more lag than what you would think. So everybody's like, oh, you get boost by 3,500. Yeah, you get stock level boosts at 3,500 RPM, but it was over 4,000 RPM before I even hit, I think it was about 4,300 where I was hitting peak boost. And where my tune ended up on the E50 tune was right about 21, 22 PSI. I would not hit that until 4,300 RPM. So if you like to roll race, it was terrible. The car was so slow. I was so used to going, you know, as low as 3,000, but usually about 3,500. And cars that I was beating easily with stock turbo were just jumping out on me, and I had to play catch up. I mean, it was bad. I mean, it was ugly. Cars that had no business beating me was really, it was really, really bad. Like, I might have some footage of it, and I might put it together one day just to kind of, you know, kind of as a laugh, but it was pretty bad. So one thing to keep in mind, if you have the same mods I did on my car and you're going to get a PS2, expect there to be lag, and while it might feel faster in peak torque as boost comes on, that delay is so bad that there's enough of it, you're gonna hate life. Just trust me on that. Otherwise, you know, it drove fantastic. I never had any issues driving. You know, if you want to daily drive a car with a PS2 on it, it's more than capable of doing so. It's not so bad, and you will pick up power instantly. It's like an easy 20-30 horse gain just putting the turbo on and running whatever tune you have. And a lot of people are like, you can't run an OTS map. Well, I mean, that kind of depends on fueling and what you have for fueling modifications, but that doesn't matter at all. It's not a problem. Now, if you try to run a big turbo, like if you get the new Pure 750 or a full frame deal, those big boost deals, you're gonna hate life trying to run an OTS map. It's not ideal. So anyway, it took a long time. It took the rest of the fall and then most of the springtime that I got the car out in 2022 to get that tune dialed in. It was a long time, and then once I kind of got the tune where it was going to be at, and I used Kerry Jordan, and you know, he did a great job, but we couldn't figure out why the car was doing what it was doing. And then I figured out if I was going to roll race, the car's got to be at 4,000. If you're not at about 4,000 RPM, it was a waste. Once I figured that out, and if you pay attention to the videos, if you look at my dash, I would have it at 4,000. I would kick it over into sport and manually or whatever, get it above 4,000 RPM, you know, downshifting or whatever, and that's where I would roll race, and that was the way to go. The car was quick. Quite honestly, the car was very quick. The best time I got, you know, it started off weird. Like I was running 11.7s, which I was already running on the stock turbo, and then it was like 11.6, 11.5s. It was all over the place. And then I got a really good run at I'll put it up on the screen here, but it was 11.13 at 123 something mile per hour. So there was a jump, good 4 or 5 mile per hour or whatever it was, jump, or more actually. It was like 6 or 7 mile per hour. So power picked up pretty considerable. And that was 11.13. That was a second gear launch. I spun all 4 tires briefly before the car took off, and you know, I went on to 11.13. And then later on, once the fuel pump issue was figured out, the car went, well, it went into the 10s. It went 1090s on a crappy second gear launch, some spin, and about 125. There was 2 runs. There was a 1097, there was a 1095. It's like a 1095 at 124.99. I can't remember. I'm gonna put it on the screen right up here. So there you go. So again, that was with an E50 tune. That was with the fuel pump fixed. So I can only imagine that the car would, you know, pick up a couple of tenths, assuming that you could get the launch right and everything was good. I'm guessing, because unfortunately I'm not gonna know how fast the car actually was. Some of you guys know, some of you guys don't. I sold the car, so I don't have the car anymore. I'm not in the 335. Look at this guy passing on the jackass. Anyways, I sold the 335, and the guy who bought it is the guy who went 1095. He's the one that figured out that there was a fuel pump problem, because he started going through things to check, and he was doing some changes. He purchased a Pure 750. He did a full built motor, and I can give you guys the details on that later on if enough people are curious. I can pass on, you know, what he's going through with the car. But he pulled the motor, he did pistons, rods, cleaned the crank, did, you know, obviously bearings and ARP bolts and all that sort of stuff, and then threw everything back together, pure 750, and you know, he was set to go well into the 10s. I think his boost goal is like 27 to 29 psi, and the car is gonna rock. Its car is gonna fly. So yeah, I can definitely give you an update. He's having some issues right now with some sort of torque limiter or whatever, but I'm sure he'll get it straightened out, and we'll see what the car does. But I can tell you, I miss the car. I miss the car a lot. So I will do a video later talking about that, and talking about the car I'm in right now, which is obviously not the 335. So and it's not an M3, it's not an M4. So, but it's still a cool car. It's, yeah. But there you go. That's where the car ran. The car was a blast to drive. It was, you know, very, very fun. I got a lot of attention in the car, and I enjoyed it very, very, very much. The F30 platform is an excellent platform. I would not hesitate to get another F30 or an F32 in a 4 Series for sure. Like it is probably, with the exception of some of the things like in the 5 Series that are nice, the F30 is the platform to be in. I hate to say it, but it is. It's you know, after changing some things up, thinking back on it, you know, that car was I love that car, absolutely. But yeah, if anybody has any questions about, you know, what the PS2 is like, what they should do, companion mods, which way you should go, tuning, that sort of thing, let me know. If you guys need boot mode, if you need tuning software, I can get you a 5% coupon code through a website. Reach out to me. I'll hook you up. I don't get anything from it. I don't get any kickbacks. I don't get any money. I don't get paid for it. But you know, I really like these guys. They will take care of you. I had a coupon set up. At some point, it's going to be for everything or most things on the website, and the discount may get better later. I don't know yet, but for now, you get 5% off the boot mode software, and my guys will take care of you, and it'll be cool. And then if you need a tuner, I got a guy potentially that's starting tuning. He's going to be doing tuning himself, and he's looking for some people currently, B58 cars or N55 electric wastegate cars to do tuning. I can get you, I believe I can get you tuned for free. It will be a process. It's not going to be 3 or 4 revisions. He's building these maps from scratch, so you're probably going to see 10, 15, 20 revisions in order for him to build his base maps that he's going to use for everybody else when he starts charging. So for now, if you want a one-on-one experience, and you know you want multiple revisions a day, I got a guy for you, and he knows what he's doing. He's just trying to put together base maps. So he's doing a bunch of cars from scratch, and then is going to kind of build a base map from that. So reach out, let me know, and we'll talk about it, and you know, I can get your information over to him, and he can get you taken care of, and I can get you, you know, discount on boot mode if you don't have it, and that goes for anybody. You don't have to have an N55 car or a B58 car. You can have a S58 car, or you know, any of the, like an N20 or N47. It doesn't matter what it is, 4-cylinder 6 or V8. I can get you a 5% discount guaranteed, And yeah, so just reach out, let me know, I'll get you taken care of. Otherwise, I appreciate you guys. If you like the video, if you like the information, please like the video in YouTube. Give it a like, give it a thumbs up, comment, say something. If you got a question, let me know. I will answer. I always answer. And I appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel, guys, and I'll get back to you guys soon. New video, new car, and I'm excited for this year.